I'm back. Hi, everyone. I hope you are all happy to see me back on what is going to be an amazing couple of months of live football. So the Premier League has now ended, and we are moving very, very, very quickly on to the World Cup. And this is the first show of KB Terry's Talks World Cup campaign. It's starting with what is known as, or what's going to be known as, the World Cup Fantasy Show. So the World Cup Fantasy Show, if you do not know, is very similar to the Premier League's Fantasy League, but it's all about the World Cup instead. So tonight is going to be less about taking the mickey out of who Luke's decided to choose some, I don't know, Ivory Coast, left back or something. I don't know. Or maybe he's decided to put all the Tottenham players in his World Cup squad. Who knows? And less about Ben worrying how many times he's taken a minus hit, but more about the rules behind Fantasy League. So as I mentioned my two pundits tonight. I mentioned the man that's currently sat between us both. That is Spursy Luke. How are we doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I noticed you taking some shots at Ben there for taking minus points, but I remember you earlier in the season didn't know that. That's why I bought Gibbs White.
Yeah.
Moving swiftly on, and then on the end there is my fellow FPL fan, that is RUFC Ben. How are we doing, Ben?
I'm very good, thank you. Hoping not to be finishing last in this World Cup. I think I've got a better chance in the World Cup than in FPL. But yeah.
Now listen, mate. I think everybody's got a massive chance. So tonight we are going to cover everything about this World Cup FPL. We're going to have a discussion about how you get onto the app. How you download the app, how you find the World Cup, how you set up your team. Most importantly, that you're following and you've joined our World Cup team and our fantasy team on the code that's going across the banner at the bottom here. And then we're going to go through the rules. What the different rules are compared to the FPL rules, and they are a lot different. So let's dive straight into it, boys. So it's nice and simple. If you've got a mobile telephone device, you're either using Apple Store or you're using Google Play. You can download the app, the official FIFA football app, and it's FIFA 26 football app, from one of those stores. Once you download that app, you will have to set yourself up a couple of little pointers, put your name in and an email address to set yourself up on the app. Once you are set up on the app, it's very, very straightforward from there. From that, then once you're set up, you will see lots of different screens and it'll get really, really confusing. You'll see tickets. Listen, if you've got all the money in the world, we know King Bush has, why don't you just get some tickets to go and watch some weird game over in America somewhere? But there is a part on it that says play. Now, the play part, it's a little joystick, and you click on that little joystick, and that little joystick takes you to all the games that are available on the FIFA World Cup 26 app. And the one that you want to look for is the Fantasy League. Once you click on that Fantasy League, it's going to ask you to set your own team up. Now, you've got two options with that setting up of your team. You can either do it automated and let the computer or the app decide for you, or you can actually do it manually. Now, I'm going to come straight to my pundits. Boys, when you did that, when you set the app up and you decided to set your team up, what did you do? Did you go automatic or did you go manually? Spursy, you shaking your head there, mate. What did you do?
Yeah, I always go manually. As you can see, third place in FPL this year, so had the ball knowledge, got to trust in said ball knowledge. I'm not going to let some computer decide what my team is and what it's going to base around. Going to acknowledge the fixtures, quality of teams, and assess accordingly.
Did the Premier League supercomputer, where did that put Spurs in the league at the beginning of the season? Where did it put them?
I put us staying up, which it was right.
Did it put you just staying up or
did
staying?
it put you on
Listen, you can
39
look into
points?
semantics, Phil. All right, it had us staying up. That's the important thing. All right,
That is the
and it was right.
We've got Tom joining us tonight. He's got the St George's flag in full view behind him. Don't worry, he's not at A&E. He's not in need of any sort of medical assistance, although sometimes the things that comes out of his mouth makes me believe he might need a little bit of medical assistance. Evening, Tom. How are you, mate?
Good evening, Phil. Good evening, Ben. Good evening, Luke. Hope all is well. I do apologise for my late arrival this evening. I had a couple of things to deal with at the pub, so long story. I'm here, and thanks for having us. And I'm looking very much forward to this World Cup. Looking very much forward to winning the Fantasy World Cup. And I'm actually here for information because, Phil, it sounds like you've done your research, mate.
I sure have, mate. I sure have. I've been going deep into this, very, very deep into this, and we're going to go through some of those rules very, very shortly. Tom, I just wanted to know, when you set up your team, mate, did you decide to go with the automated system, or did you choose your team manually, or did you do a combination of both?
What, team name or just team?
No, the team that you chose, mate. The team you started.
I went completely automated to start with, Phil, and I will look in depth in this next sort of 6 days before I choose my final team, because there can be a lot of talk. I understand, is Yamal not injured until one? Is he expected to play Spain's third game? So Yamal will be a big one, obviously. So Yamal would not be my thinking. Maybe who's going to play, what we're going to do. End of the day, England steamroller the group. So I think Kane starts. There's lots of different permutations. There's lots of different. This is probably more difficult than the FPL, if anything.
It is. I was saying to the boys before we came on the show is the FPL. You kind of choose your team and kind of like that's it. Then the game week starts and there's absolutely rock all that you can really do. With this World Cup fantasy, it's very, very much a tactical thing, and a lot of thought process has to go in to what you are choosing, the team that you're choosing, as we're going to go through the rules very, very shortly. One final thing.
Can I just say, Ben, have you got a window in your room these days?
Yes.
Because the light is shining through.
We can nearly see the halo above your head, Ben.
Well, thank you to British Summertime, but you know, we're not. Yeah. So on to your question, Phil.
Yeah. So Ben, did you go automatic or did you do a complete?
Like with Tom, I did go automatic. Like I put it in the group chat a couple of last week. It's actually done me pretty decent. I've got some world-class players in that team, so hopefully that will give me a bright start to the World Cup.
So you're sticking with that, Ben?
Wow. Already going for the brave move and sticking with his automatic pick. Well, I wonder how many other people have done that. Obviously, we are on a live show. We are across the KB Terry's Talk plethora of socials. Please, guys, if you are watching right now, you've got any questions, don't wait for me to go over the rules. Ask those questions. Anything you want to know from the pundits, anything you want to know from me direct, or anything that you want to know about our teams. So for the people that have joined us late, and we are the numbers are climbing 10 minutes into the show, it's nice and simple. This is going to be simply about the Fantasy League of the World Cup. We're going to go through the rules very shortly. So if you haven't downloaded the app already, you need to go onto your phones app download function. So whether it be the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, you need to look for the official FIFA World Cup 2026 app. You can't miss it. Once you download that and you add yourself as a new account, you need to put your name and your email address in. I think they ask for your date of birth as well. You go through the process, you get obviously onto the app. Now, the app looks very, very confusing because it's very bright, it's very colorful. There's lots of different features, there's lots of different parts to it. And we can talk about all those parts, but for tonight, we are going to focus solely on the fantasy part. So you need to look for the logo that says play, and that is a little joystick. So it's a little box with the stick up and the ball on the end. You need to click on that and you need to locate the World Cup fantasy team. You click on that and then you can basically give your team a name, and then you can choose your team. You can have the automatic pick like a few of our pundits have used, or you can go for a manual pick. Now, that is where the rules begin. Your budget to start with will be a $100 million. That will be your starting budget. Now, the difference between FPL players and World Cup players, their money or their monetary value will not go up or down during the World Cup campaign. All their money will stay exactly the same. So when you do a substitute, whether you pick them at the beginning or you pick them in round 32, round 16, whatever it might be, their monetary value will stay exactly the same. So yes, you start with $100 million. It's all done in dollars because obviously it is being hosted in the Americas. So with that in mind, once you've done all that, you can then add yourself to a league. You can create your own league if you want, get all your mates involved and create that league. And it's a very, very simple function. It's just a button at the top that says league, create league. You can create the league and then send the link out to all your friends. Or, and most importantly, you can join our league. So our league at the minute's got about 8 to 10 teams in it. All our pundits basically are in there, but we want everybody to join our league. We've got 23 viewers at the present time, and that is going to creep up throughout the show. I would like everybody to join our league, and it's dead simple. Once you signed up, once you're logged on, when you go to find the league, you can click on the league and then you can put the code in, and the code is going across the banner at the bottom of our screen today. The code is WVDQNUYT. That is simply the code. It is 8 letters long. You can't get it wrong.
Or Whiskey Yankee Delta Quebec
November
Uniform Yankee Tango. So
that's the one, absolutely. Or as they say in Yorkshire and like around Doncaster way, it's that's otherwise, just put that code in that's going across the banner at the bottom, and we will let you join our league. You can come on and compete against some of the champions from last year. Like me. No, I didn't make. Did you make champion top? No, you did. Ben, you no, you didn't make. You do, Luke. Slightly better than Spurs, I heard.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't enough positions to be as bad as Spurs, but I'd say top 3 and first of those who are still competing in this World Cup league. I'd say, pretty big threat.
Good. Yeah, we're looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing everything. Now, before we get on to the rules, obviously you guys have been having a little bit of a play around with your World Cup sides. We're not going to look at those this week, so we're going to do a fantasy show next week before the start of the games. And we're going to go through people's teams and who they've chosen, look at some people that have joined our league maybe and have a bit of a chat about them as well. Hopefully, some of those people that joined the league might be in the comments tonight and might want to even be on that show next week. We might make it a little bit of a call-in show, a little bit like Tom's Ratum or Slatum. But it'd be really, really interesting to see what people have chosen for their teams. However, boys, your teams, you quite confident with them?
Well, yeah, my team that I've got thus far, I'll have a look at it, and basically, right, your first week is your builder week. it's like there's a saying up here. It's like called I don't know if it's down there. Shelling pies, easy, right? Basically, all you do, right, in this World Cup, you pick the best players, right?
I knew that was coming.
You pick the best players in each of the best teams and the teams that they're playing, and you're absolutely printing points. So
how did that work out for you in FPL?
Well, look, Luke. Do you
finished about 4 points above me, Luke. That's what happened.
Luke, you got to remember, I was fighting on 3 fronts, Luke. So listen, let's get away from that.
Oh my God!
How many fronts you find on the World Cup?
Just the one.
Just the one.
Yes, it's been held in 3 countries. However, I am potentially in another league with an next group of Navy mates, but I've not confirmed because, listen, my focus is this: I will win this. There is no shadow of a doubt that I will not win this.
Right, this is gonna get clipped, guys. This is gonna get clipped. Now
I will win this. It's gonna be it's easy.
No wonder you got nominated for most controversial.
Is this going to be like the Bushy's little snippet? So if anybody doesn't know, at the beginning of last season, we had a show on. I think there was about eight pundits were on the show, and we all said that Man United would finish 11th, 14th, whatever it was. And Bushy decided to clip that at the end of the season because he said obviously Man United would finish 3rd, and they did finish 3rd. So Mr. Large Testicles, that is King Bush, thought to himself, I'm going to do that. Are you going to clip this one, Tom? Are you going to clip this ready for the end of the season? And
Phil, I don't have to clip it, but do you know what? I will, because I am extremely confident, right? Listen, up here in this massive head of mine, right? It's all going right.
I worked out who you remind me of.
Who?
Megamind. With a
Megamind, yes. I have been called that.
Fathead.
And she. Right, one Violet.
Violet needs a place on this show, definitely. I think she's just replaced you, Tom.
She brings Tom back to reality.
Let's get straight into it then, guys. Let's start talking about the rules. Let's start talking about the scenario. So I'm going to just swap the cameras
around. Grounded.
Just swap the cameras around just a little bit so that we can fit this information in. Now, if you can't read that information because it's too small, I've crammed a lot of information in there, but let's just get to the nitty-gritty. Let's start looking at how the FPL for the World Cup is formed. So like I said before, your initial budget will be $100 million. Now, that budget that you start with will increase. So it increases to 105 million from the round of 32. Okay. Now that's then not subsequently, although they may do that subsequently, they might get to round of 16 and increase it a bit more. I don't know. But as it currently stands, you start with $100 million and then it will increase to 105 million from the round of 32. All right. When you pick your team, you get 15 players. You'll get the choice of 2 goalkeepers, 5 defenders, 5 midfielders, and 3 forwards. Exactly the same as the FPL. Now, remember what I said about money-wise. The players' fees, the players' transfer fees do not change. Okay, so their money doesn't go up or down depending on how good they play or anything like that throughout the tournament. That is simply the way it lies. Okay, now, when you're picking your players, you're picking your team, in the group stage, you're not allowed any more than 3 players from the same nation. Yeah, so if you tried to choose a 4th England player, it wouldn't allow it. So it's the same as fantasy. It's the same in the round of 32. But obviously, as you get closer to the final, less teams, so they then increase the amount of players that you're allowed in your squad from the same nation. So round of 16, you're allowed 4. In the quarterfinals, you're allowed 5 from the same nation. In the semi-finals, you're allowed 6. And then in the final, you're allowed 8 players from the same nation. Okay? Everybody else happy with that? That kind of makes sense, really, doesn't it? Yeah?
Yeah.
The formations you've got that you can choose from are the standard formations of 4-4-2, 4-3-3, 4-5-1. You're also allowed 3-4-3, 3-5-2, 5-4-1, and finally 5-3-2. They're the formations that you're allowed to choose. And then the transfers. So you get unlimited transfers before the tournament starts. So the tournament starts on Thursday of next week. You are allowed unlimited transfers up to that point. Okay? Then you're allowed a limited amount of free transfers per round. That's during the group stage only. All right? And then you're allowed unlimited transfers after the group stage before the round of 32 starts. So that's really important. You get unlimited now until the game starts. Then they limit the amount of free transfers that you can have per round in the group stage. And then between the end of the group stage and the start of round 32, you can have unlimited transfers again. All right? And remember, at that point, you've also been given an extra $5 million. All right? So that's a really important one to consider when we come out of that group stage and we start going into the knockout rounds. If there's any questions from anybody watching the show tonight and you've got any questions that you want to stick in when we're going through these rules, give us a shout. Any questions on that, boys? Anything that you're thinking, well, that's quite tactical. I'm going to think about that. You're going to give anything away, or are you going to keep those cards close to your chest?
Well, I think it's the same as what it was last Euros and previous World Cup. Yeah. Look, I'm growing more confident as the show goes on. Looking at this,
it's good, mate. It's good. I like it. I like
absolutely. This is going to be easy.
Ben, do you understand the rules so far, Killer?
Yes.
Are you happy with them?
Yep. I'm happy with them.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on then. Let's move on to the scoring system. This is the one that we want to know. This is where we're going to get our points from. This is how the points are going to format. Now, I know there's a lot of information on there, but we're going to go through it as it would be normally. So, all players. Then it categorizes those players into, obviously, goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, and forwards, and how they get their points. And then there's some bonus points. So, like we had previously in the FPL this season, where we had defensive contributions, we've now also got kind of bonus points based on the performance of certain players within your squad. So the scoring system's nice and simple for all players. If you appear on the game or on any game week for less than 60 minutes, you will get a point. And then if you get over 60 minutes worth of play, you'll then get a second point. So every player that plays will get at least 2 points based on that.
So that's like FPL then.
Very much FPL, the same sort of format.
Yeah.
You get 3 points for an assist. Yeah? So 3 points for an assist.
Yeah.
You get 2 points for a penalty won. Okay? So they're the positive points for all the players. The negative points then fall as follows. And again, very, very similar to the FPL. Yellow card, you get -1 point. A red card, you'll get -2 points. If you are unlucky and manage to score an own goal, you'll also get a -2 points. And if you concede a penalty, you will get -1 point. Okay. So every single player, that's how their points will format. So very, very, very similar to the FPL. Goalkeepers, very, very different how this forms now. Very interesting. And obviously the points are very, in my eyes, they feel a bit more significant. So as a goalkeeper, if you get a clean sheet during a game, you'll get 5 extra points.
So with that, Phil, if a goalkeeper gets a clean sheet, they'll still get the appearance 60-minute +1. So
well, they could get 2 points for appearing. Yeah, if they last the whole game, they could then get a clean sheet, which is 5 points, so that's 7 points. They could potentially save a penalty, so that'll give them another 3 points for saving a penalty. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who knows? They could score a goal. Now, if a goalkeeper manages to score a goal, they get 9+ points. Yeah.
So Phil, this is the basket case with this, because for example, Scotland play Haiti in the first group game.
Indeed,
so it would be advantageous to take the Scotland goalkeeper potentially and hope that he keeps a clean sheet. This is where it's so much different to the.
It's a lot more tactical.
So it's
a lot more tactical.
Yeah.
But also you get points for the saves. So if you think someone's team's not got the best finishes, you might pick someone. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say Germany because they don't have Timo Werner starting up front anymore. But say previously, Timo Werner up front for Germany, hitting weak P rollers at goalkeepers, they get a clean sheet and a bunch of saves against Germany. If that somehow happens, you get a lot of points.
Exactly. So the goalkeeper essentially is quite crucial.
It's a crucial one in the group stages, I'd say that much.
Group stages, absolutely, mate. Yeah. So 5 points for a clean sheet, 9 points for a goal for a goalkeeper, a point for 3 saves. So if they make 3 saves, for every 3 saves they make, they get an extra point. If they save a penalty, it is 3 points, and obviously every time they concede a goal, they will lose a point. So. That's one to consider, especially if you've got a goalkeeper from a weaker team, vice versa to what we were just saying, and they're playing against a tough team that like to strike at the goal. There could be a number of points lost on that. Defender wise, it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. If the team makes a clean sheet, they get 5 points. If a defender manages to score a goal, they'll get 7 points. And if they concede a goal, then obviously it is -1. So if you've got some good striking defenders, again, could be a good possibility there to bring some of those defenders in. Midfielders and forwards can't really lose points unless obviously they're getting yellow cards, red cards, own goals, or penalties conceded. So midfielders stick nice and simple. Sheet, it's a +1. If they create 2 chances, for every 2 chances they create, they'll get a +1. If they score a goal, they'll get 6 points. And if they get 3 tackles, for every 3 tackles in a game, they will get 1 point. Okay. So forwards are nice and simple. Goals, 5 points for a goal. 2 shots on target, they will then get a goal, get a point as well. So for every 2 shots on target, it must be on target, they'll get a +1. So interesting little point system going off there. Particularly, I think the focal point there is more the keepers than anything. That could be quite.
Honestly, I think it's whoever wins this, it's probably harder to win this than the FPL.
No, it definitely is. It's as we go through more rules, you'll realise why as well. What you're saying, Tom, is absolutely 1,000,000%. It's a lot more tactical. This is so because let's face it, the World Cup is over 2 months. It's 2 months of your life that you're going to devote to the World Cup. We want 2 months of your life to devote to the FPL version of it as well.
I mean, honestly, getting the you need to study the fixtures. Which I've studied and I've already got everything sorted, I might add. And then see, right, who's going to concede, blah, blah, blah. Whereas in the FPL, you just go, right, he'll probably score. They'll maybe keep a clean sheet. Because certainly in the first round of the World Cup, certainly in the group stages, there's a massive mismatch. Whereas in the Premier League, there's not so much of a mismatch, certainly these days. So listen, get that code that Phil's got going. Come and challenge me because I'm the man. I'm going to win this. I'm telling you.
There's 2 bonus features though at the bottom, boys. There's 2 bonus features. The 2 bonus features are quite like them really, particularly the second one. So the first one's quite straightforward. If you get a goal from a direct free kick, you will get a point. Yeah. So if a player scores a goal from a direct free kick, they will get a point from that. But there's the scouting bonus. Now, the scouting bonus is quite simple. So the bonus point for the scouting part comes as follows. A player will get 2 extra points if a player scores less than 4 points in the squad. So in your squad, your player at the end of that game week, I suppose, if that's what you want to call it, will get 2 extra points if that player scores less than 4 points and is owned by less than 5%
Wow.
of teams across
What?
the FPL. Yeah, so across the fantasy league. So you could have a player, in your squad that gets 2 points in a game. Okay. If it comes to the end of that official game week, let's call it, because that's what we know it as a fantasy, that official game week, that player who's got the 2 points could gain an extra 2 points, but they will only get those extra 2 points if in that game week they've scored less than 4 points and less than 5% of people that are on the whole of the World Cup fantasy own that player. So that less than 5% of people that own that player will all get an extra 2 points.
So this is where LAJS will start doing his own work here. Right?
I've already got 3 eligible.
Yeah,
I've already got 3 people starting eligible. So I'm ready.
I think that's quite an interesting little bonus point that people.
It's mad. It's a bit weird, isn't it? But it's mad.
A very weird one. Now, I mean, you could pick up quite a number of points there based on them early group stage games on that. You really could. Yeah. It's very. I mean, we've got a comment in already tonight. It's from Birchie. Got a feeling this scoring system is going to confuse me. It is.
And think of it with just a couple of bonus features. It's standard FPL for the majority of it, and then just add in that forwards get shots on target allowed, which isn't normal FPL, and then the free kick goal situation and the scouting bonus.
Yeah,
like they're your main difference makers.
I'm very interested in that scouting bonus, and I think you can pick up probably some vital points, especially early on, from that scouting bonus. Now,
Ben, are you still confident?
Yeah, well,
you still confident, Ben?
Yeah, I'm still got. Oh, wow.
I mean, I'm not going to bank on this too much because banking on having players that are going to score 2 to 3 points, so they score 5 or 4.
Yep.
That's less than players that are actually going to do something.
Now, you say that now, Spursy.
Yeah.
You wait till we open a few more little cans of worms in regard to this fantasy. So obviously, Birchie, you said I've got a feeling this scoring system is going to confuse me. You just wait for the next round of confusion. So let's have a look at the captaincy and the substitution rules based on the games. Okay. So just as before, if you've chosen a captain, your captain will get double points for that game week. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you only get that once, Phil, throughout the whole tournament?
Say again?
Do you only get it once throughout the whole tournament, the captain?
No.
It's
like FPL.
No. Right now, I'm jumping ahead. Apologies.
Yeah, you've gone to the power up.
You've gone for the power up, mate. We're not looking at that at the minute.
Yeah, apologies, gentlemen.
Captain. Just as before, in the FPL, you captain double points that week that you've captained them. Yeah. Now, then you've got your vice captain. So your vice captain, just again, as in FPL, takes over if the captain does not play, and that no manual changes are made. Now, everyone go, manual changes? What are you talking about? Manual changes for Phil? Okay. So, during a live game or a live round, you can switch your captain to a player that is yet to play. Okay? So what I mean by
captain
that...
or just a starter?
Yeah. So you could start, I don't know, somebody in the early games. Yeah? In the early group games, you could captain one of those. Yeah? But then all of a sudden, they don't pick up many points. So before the next round of games happen, in terms of before, the first round of group games happens, you can switch your captain. So if your captain's only picked up 4 points in a game, so they'll get 8 points, and you might think, well, actually, hold on, if I make another one of my players a captain that's not played yet, he might get more points. So actually, during that live round, you can change your captain. Yeah. So you've not been able to do that on FPL before. So that's a very interesting one to, again, increase those points. Then there's some other little bits as well. Okay. So the other little bits have fallen as it states on there. Manual substitutions. You can replace a starting player with a bench player who has not yet played. However, if you do that, the points are removed from the player that you've kind of lost. So again, in the group stages, early group stages, even round 36, you might think to yourself, right, I've got a player there that's just picked up 2 points, but I've got a bench player there that I could swap him with. You'll lose those 2 points if you sub him out, but that bench player potentially could get some more points during what is that game week, as per se. Yeah. So you can do manual substitutions based on that during your game week. And you can do that multiple times during your game week as well. So that's quite interesting. Again, a way of picking up some more extra points.
I'll tell you what. Whoever wins this is the master. I'm not even joking.
Tactical genius.
Yes.
So just as before in the FPL, you've also got the automatic substitutions. So the automatic substitutions occur only if no manual changes are made. So if you decide during a game week that you're going to make a manual substitution, like we've just spoken about, then and that player doesn't play or whatever it might be, you won't get an automatic substitution like you do in FPL. So if a player doesn't play, and then your valid formation order, your next player on the bench will then take those points. You get that on this as well, just on the World Cup one as well, but only if you've not made a manual substitution in that game week. All right. So only occurs if no manual changes are made. Bench players replace non-playing starters in the valid formation order. So just like in FPL. But that will only happen on your game week if you haven't done a manual substitution. Everybody happy so far? Ben, you still with us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm getting some devious plans with this captaincy.
Oh, absolutely.
I am having some plans.
This is very, very interesting, I think.
Yeah, there are ways to do this.
This could very well decide who wins the actual league.
I was originally thinking you have to be doing it mid-game. From what I've just read up, you don't say your player plays in the fourth day of the tournament. You can still change it after that match ends. I was going to say it's whoever's up at 2 a.m. to watch games is going to be it's scary. You can do it at any point after they've played the match.
Yeah.
So long as it's still in that game.
4 in the morning, yeah.
No, you can do it at 4:30, 2 p.m., whenever. So long as you've still got someone who's yet to play that week.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's very, 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 a lot more tactical, this. A lot more tactical. Bushy's in the comments. Evening, lads. Evening, Bushy. Hope you're well, mate. And hope you're taking on all the advice because you're going to need it, buddy. And then Birchie, can I swap to every player to see who gets me the most? You've only got 15 players to play with, mate. You can't do midweek swaps. You can't do midweek transfers. Put it that way.
Well, you can't go back. If you decide to cycle through them all, you can't go back.
No.
So it's whoever you decide to end on.
Yeah, that's where it'll lie, basically. Okay. So, as if you're not confused enough and thinking, oh, tactics. Just like in FPL, we have some chips or boosters, as they're going to call it in the World Cup. There's 5 booster chips that you get. Okay. Now, the chips are as follows. They are wild card, 12th man, maximum captain, qualification booster, and get ready. There's also a mystery booster. Now, I am the FPL king, but even I don't know what that mystery booster is. Okay. But the chips are as follows. So a wild card. Wild card is nice and simple. It's unlimited transfers for 1 round, except the round of 32. Okay. If you play the wild card, unlimited transfers for 1 round, except for the round of 32. The 12th man chip adds 1 extra player for a round. Now that ignores all budget and team limits. Okay, so the 12th man chip is basically try and grab a few more points from having a 12th person. I suppose it's almost like bench boost a little bit, that kind of style. Maximum captain is automatically double the points of the highest scoring starter. Okay, qualification booster can only be used from round of 32 onwards. Okay, and you basically get 2 extra points for the starting 11 players who progress. Okay, so that's from round 32 onwards. All right, so after the group stages, that qualification booster can be played then. And then there's a mystery booster, and that will not be revealed until after those group stages. It's going to be revealed just before the start of the round of 32. And it's only usable on 1 of the knockout rounds. Only 1 knockout round of that mystery booster can actually be used. All right. So some nice little chips there that, again, I feel it very tactical chips they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, like mystery booster. What the hell's that? Is that where you?
It's just not been revealed. It's something that they're keeping behind closed doors, being like, oh, there's a secret one for the knockout stages.
Qualification.
So it could be anything. It could become a triple captain. It could become something to do with boost. Like it could mean, oh, you keep a clean sheet if you concede an extra goal. It could be eliminated teams
or something.
Yeah, it could be anything. Like we don't know.
I'll tell you what. Whoever wins this is good.
Whoever wins this, tell you what. Whoever wins this is going to be the thing. So whoever of our pundits, it's got to be our pundits, but for whoever of our pundits in that league who win this, get to run the FPL show next season.
Whoa. Okay, I won't try as hard then. I can't guarantee availability.
Luke, you'd be great. You'd be really good, Luke.
No, Tom, you were winning this. I thought you were winning this the whole way. You can pick the best players. You're not on more
and Ben's like, no, I'm going for this. I want
this. Yeah, Ben wants the job. He's ready.
Right, there you go then. Lay it down, Phil. Whoever of any of the pundits on KB Terrace Talk wins this has to run the FPL next
absolutely,
season.
mate. Absolutely.
Oh, Jesus.
That is the gauntlet put down.
That
Whoever
is
all the pundits that are on our league for the World Cup, if you win, whoever wins, has to run the FPL show.
Oh,
there we go.
I'll have to take a tactical fall here.
No, you won't, Luke.
Birchie is in again. Got to use them chips to perfection. You absolutely do, mate. Absolutely do. This is what I'm loving about this fantasy. It's a lot more tactical. It's a lot more involved, and you've got to really, really be following the whole.
And it's quick. It'll be done in about 5 weeks.
Yeah, it's madness. Okay, let's look at those key differences from the FPL. There's 4 main key differences of this, and this is what stands this out compared to the FPL. So the player prices are fixed throughout the tournament. They don't go up, they don't go down. So if you transfer a player in, those players' prices are fixed throughout the tournament. Substitutions and captaincy changes can be made mid-match day. Okay, which is absolutely bizarre, but fantastic. As a tactical move, some of those could be absolutely fantastic. The third, scoring includes bonus points for differentials. shots on target, chances created, and tackles. Okay. And then finally, budget and team limits increase as the tournament progresses. They're the key differences from what is the FPL.
I've decided to look something up, Phil. There is a slight change to what was said earlier, actually, on one of the things. The scouting bonus.
Yes.
It's not if they score under 4, it's if they score 4 or more. So if you find someone that's really good from, say, a bad nation. So it's not to boost up people. It's not to boost up people that are 1, 2, 0 point scorers. It's 4 or higher, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, more than 4.
So if you find a gem, then suddenly you get 2 extra points.
But yeah, and also at the end of the day, they've still got to be owned by less than 5% of teams. So
but that makes us a lot more tactical. If you find someone playing, let's say, Scotland versus Haiti is the example we used earlier. So that goalkeeper, if he's owned by 5% or less, 2 extra points for the keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've got an early pick for anybody who's thinking about this. There's a cracking little player. They call him the Messi of South Yorkshire. There's a lad called Ajani Martha who plays for one of the nations, Curacao. Yeah. Get him in your team, definitely.
There you go.
Does he start?
There is a little pointer there from Tom. Yeah, get him in your team. Hilarious. Now, as we all know, obviously, you three have been going quite rather large testicles. You're going to win. I'm going to win. This person's going to win. I mean, I've been quite quiet about it all and quite humble about it all. So, as that is the case, I've decided to have a little feature at the end of tonight's show. We're going to call it Phil's Fantasy Features. And look at that beautiful face on the screen.
Phil's Fantasies.
Phil's Fantasy.
Two lesbians, sisters. I'm just watching.
So it's going to be a 4-way tie between me.
Sisters.
So these are my little pointers. These are my little helpers. Obviously, Tom's given us a nice little pointer already tonight. These are my little pointers and little things that you need to think about in regards to your fantasy and your team that you're picking. The first one is, in my eyes, this is what you need to be thinking. You need to be thinking of spread the premium players across premium players across different kickoff times to maximize captain switches.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's categorically you've got to do that. Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Keep later playing players on the bench for potential manual substitutions. Okay. So think about the games and where they're falling in, and keep those later playing players on the bench for potential manual substitutions. Number 3, use boosters strategically. So they're your chips, especially if you're doing it during the knockout rounds. Group stage, I think you'd be daft to start throwing your chips in at the group stage, Ben. I'm telling you on this one, yeah? Save those boosters for the knockout rounds and think about how you're going to use them strategically. And then the 4th one is track yellow card suspensions and differential players for extra scouting bonuses. All right. And let's face it, if you do those 4 things, only one thing is going to happen, and that is you are going to win the Fantasy League. Okay. Talking of that Fantasy League, I will be checking straight after the show. I'm going to check my phone how many more people have joined our league. The code is floating across the bottom. We've currently got 8 or 10 maybe of our pundits within that league. We want you, the viewers, the followers. We've got 61 people currently viewing this show tonight. We want all 61 of you in that league.
Yeah,
Dead simple.
league.
get yourself your phone out. Get the app downloaded, which is the FIFA World Cup 26 app. Download it from the Google Store or the Apple App Store. Put in your few details, get yourself an account logged on. Find the little play button and find your fantasy. Set your team up and join our league. The code is going across the bottom. It is WVDQNUYT. It's as easy as that. Now, we are going to be hosting these shows, lots of shows throughout the World Cup. We're having live watch-alongs. We're having phone-in shows. We're having ultimate team shows. We're having top 10 player shows. We're having this fantasy show also throughout the World Cup. The next fantasy show will be aired on Wednesday night. That's next Wednesday night. It's the last time really you've got to choose your team. Choose it wisely for the following day, which is the start of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Now, our World Cup is being led by the man, the myth, the legend that is Tom Brown. Tom, tell the millions and millions of viewers that we've got what they have got to look forward to during this.
Well, first and foremost, Phil, thank you. I'll tell you what, some of your graphics tonight, mate, have been absolutely exceptional. You sent me you sent us a voice note earlier saying that I've not got enough time. And some of the information you come out with tonight, mate, has been absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. And I think it's been a very educational show.
Tom, can I just stop you there, mate? That's why I won the 2026 Host of the Year, mate.
Well, and I voted for you, Phil. I did vote
same here.
Same here from Ben. Luke's keeping quiet. So,
I voted him. I said it at the time.
Yeah, so listen, this is kind of the first kind of thing that we're having. So, yeah, next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to be talking all things World Cup. Obviously, the World Cup kicks off on Thursday. I am going to be doing a live watch-along of the opening ceremony. So I would love anybody to come and join me and watch that with me. And then potentially a live watch-along of the first game, which is, Luke, please inform me, Mexico versus
South Africa.
Yes.
So, and then
he knows that I'm the reliable source. He knows I've got that knowledge.
And then I think
you have got the knowledge, mate. Go on, Ben.
And I think it's Qatar versus South Korea at 3 o'clock in the morning straight after.
Oh, I'll be up for that one, guys.
And Ben will be doing a live watch along of Qatar. No, I'm joking.
Uzbekistan.
It's not Qatar.
2 in the morning, but the thing is, you won't know whether it's 2 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon because he'll have his curtain shut anyway.
It's South Korea versus Czech Republic, just to correct that record.
Is that right? Okay.
Qatar's the 8 o'clock game
so
later
South
that day.
Korea, Czech Republic, live watch along with Ben. No, listen, this is the start of our World Cup content. And look, we're looking very much forward to it. The views tonight for a fantasy World Cup is going to continue. It's going to get bigger. Phil today, and I doubted Phil actually with this show. Not Phil's ability, but I doubted the sort of like graphics that he was going to be able to put together because he sent me a voice note earlier saying
6 o'clock. I think it was about 6 o'clock, and I went.
I'm like, I'm just going to go through the rules and all that sort of stuff. And then I've come on, I'm like, this is fantastic. You can tell that we'll call him PowerPoint Phil from now on. Triple P.
Microsoft Excel.
Triple P.
Boys, it's all done on Canva. I put all the information in, but it isn't done on Canva. So,
Canva, great product.
Oh,
absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And
we want all you to
come along with us and join us.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, it's. I'm really looking forward to this. I mean, when it was coming towards the end of the Premier League, and I was thinking, well, you know, Forest are safe. You know, are Spurs going to go down? Is it going to be West Ham? Who's it going to be? That kind of like thing. Why did we doubt you, Spursy? Why did we doubt you?
Exactly.
But I was kind of like, oh, it's World Cup. It's going to be, it might be all right, might not. Then Tom chirped up and went, no, I'm going to lead on this World Cup. This is going to be the thing. It's going to be the best thing ever. Started to get boil inside me thinking, maybe just. I've had a very busy day. Tom, I've driven to one of them awful places today. I've been in Shrewsbury today, mate.
Shrewsbury, awful place.
Yeah.
I hope to hear that so many times during the opening ceremony. If I don't hear that out of the 48 countries, if I don't hear that at least in 40 of them.
We need it 47 of the 48 because you can't say England's an awful country.
Well, I need a co-host for the opening ceremony. So anybody who's watching and who wants to come and co-host with me, it's my usual man who was on nights.
Thursday, aren't you, Tom?
What? I'll do it on Thursday.
It's Thursday, isn't it?
I'll do it on Thursday.
I'm eager to come on it, mate. I've not been on one of your little watch-alongs before, so I'm eager to come on it, mate. Whether I co-host or not, but I am eager to come along for the ride.
Right.
Absolutely. We could be. Who used to do the Eurovision? It was Graham. Was it Graham Norton? It was Terry Wogan.
It was Terry Wogan, and now it's Graham Norton, isn't it?
Maybe we could be Terry Wogan and Graham Norton. I'll be Terry Wogan because I'm a little bit older, and you
he's
can be
dead.
He's dead. Well, look off dead anyway. You can be the gay Graham Norton.
I'll be the.
As opposed to the straight Graham Norton.
Yeah, I nearly said something really bad then. Yes, I'll be Graham Norton.
What, and controversial?
I was about to say, it's your brand, mate.
No, different Tom now.
Tom.
I turned over
Iraq's a lovely place.
Iraq's a lovely place. And also, Bertie shouting out, I voted Phil. Everyone voted me, mate. That's why I won the trophy. But
personally, can I say the game I'm looking forward to the most is obviously the gay pride match between Iran and Egypt.
That's
I've got a boner for that.
I'm really looking forward to the gay pride between those two, sharing love for football. My
left bollock's swelling with excitement already, boys. Cannot wait for that. Right, we've had that one. You can snip that, don't snip it. Fucking hell, that'll hurt. We've had a fantastic World Cup show. If you've enjoyed this show, please make sure that you are liking, following, sharing everything that is KB Terry's Talk. YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Follow us all on those socials as well. I'm Forest Phil on TikTok. I'm also Forest Phil on X. We've got Tom Brown. He's also on TikTok and he's also on X as well. LAJS is exactly the same. And if you are not following this man at the bottom of the screen here, what planet are you living on? You are living under a rock. RUFC Ben, he's on TikTok. The man is a legend. We love having him here on the FPL show. I've had a fantastic evening tonight. It's been full of stats. We've had a bit of fun. I've really enjoyed it. Lots of viewers, and to share it with you three magnificent people has been an absolute pleasure. I'm looking forward to this World Cup. I don't know about you boys.
I'll tell you what, Phil, honestly, this tonight has been fantastic. This should be anybody who's doing World Cup fantasy, right? Let's get all this shared, right? This has been brilliant, right? And
this has been fantastic.
Fair play, mate. Well done, Phil.
Thank you. Thank you very much. But again, I can't do the show though without fan interaction. None of us can do any of the shows without comments coming in from you guys. So I want to thank all the people that have commented tonight. I want to thank the 67 watchers of tonight. Thank you for spending your Friday evening looking at our 4 ugly mugs. Well, 3 ugly mugs and Spursy Luke. And I want to thank everybody for being part of this. And let's enjoy the next 5 weeks. And we're going to end on one thing. It's coming.
It's
coming. It's coming. Football's coming home.
God.